In generally, the data types can be categorized into two types. First one is called static data types. Static data types. Second one is called dynamic data types. Static data types, dynamic data types. Next subheading, static data types. The programmer or developer, to assign the data type to the variables. The programmer or developer to assign the data type to the variables by explicitly at the time of defining a variables is known as a static data types. Static data types. The programmer or developer to assign the data type to the variables by explicitly at the time of defining a variables is known as a static data types. Any programming language which support static data types concept, that the type of programming languages are called static typed languages. Any programming language which support static data types, the type of programming languages are called static typed languages. Example, C, C++, Java, .NET languages, and so on. These are all static typed languages. Completed. Completed. ఓకే, దాని మీనింగ్ ఏంటి అంటే వేరియబుల్ డిఫైన్ చేసేటప్పుడు మనంతా మనమే కనుక డేటా టైప్ స్పెసిఫై చేస్తే అలాంటి కాన్సెప్ట్ ఏమంటామంటే స్టాటిక్ అంటాం. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇన్ సి లాంగ్వేజ్. In C language, for suppose I want to take another one variable x, but my requirement is I want to assign the integer value to this particular variable. At the time of defining this variable, the programmer to specify the data type to this particular variable by explicitly int x equal to one integer value we can assign. For suppose float y equal to one floating point value we are taking. Next one, dynamic data types. Dynamic data types. The programmer or developer to assign the don't assign the programmer or developer don't assign the don't assign the data type to the variables. The programmer or developer don't assign the data type to the variables by explicitly at the time of defining a variables. Is known as a dynamic data types. At runtime to assign the data type to the variables, to assign the data type to the variables, data types to the variables. At runtime to assign the data type to the variables automatically based on the value of that variables. At runtime to assign the data types to the variables automatically based on the value of that variables. దీని మీనింగ్ ఏంటి అంటే వేరియబుల్ డిఫైన్ చేసేటప్పుడు మనం ఎలాంటి డేటా టైప్ని స్పెసిఫై చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. ప్రోగ్రామ్ రన్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్గా డేటా టైప్ అసైన్ అవుతుంది. అది ఎలా అసైన్ అవుతుందంటే మనం ఇచ్చిన వాల్యూ మీద డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది. మీరు ఒకవేళ ఇంటీజర్ వాల్యూ ఇస్తే ఇంట్ టైప్ అసైన్ అవుతుంది. మీరు కనుక ఫ్లోటింగ్ పాయింట్ వాల్యూ ఇస్తే ఫ్లోట్ టైప్ అసైన్ అవుతుంది. At runtime to assign the data type to the variables automatically based on the value of that variables. Any programming language which support dynamic data types concept, that the type of programming languages are called any programming language which support dynamic data types. The type of programming languages are called dynamically typed languages. Any programming language which support dynamic data types concept, the type of programming languages are called dynamically typed languages. Example: Python, JavaScript, and so on. These are the dynamically typed languages. Example in Python language. In Python, simply we can defining x equal to 10. Simply we can defining y equal to 2.3. Okay. X equal to 10, y equal to 2.3. Completed. Okay, before we are going to discussing Python data types, first we need to understanding three built-in functions. These are three built-in functions we are using in our day-to-day Python classes. Working with built-in functions. Working with built-in functions. Working with built-in functions. First function, print function. Print function. The print function is used to print the value or result to the output window or output screen to print the value or result to the output window or output screen. Next one. In Python 2.x, print is a keyword, not a function. In Python 2.x, print is a keyword, not a function. Now observing very clearly. Now I am open the Python 2.x, Python GUI that is a Python 2.x version. Okay, how to print the keywords? Import keyword dot kw list. Now this is the keywords data. In that keywords list, print is available or not available. Now this is a print is a keyword. This is a 2.x version. Now I am using print function either parenthesis or without parenthesis. In Python 2.x, at the time of using print statement, these parentheses are not a mandatory. Okay, because that is not a function. If you want to call the function, compulsory parentheses are required. Okay, this is a keyword. We can use this keyword either with parenthesis or without parenthesis. Both are valid. Completed. Next one. In Python 3.x, print is a function. Print is a function, not a keyword. In Python 3.x, print is a function, not a keyword. Now in Python 3.x, print function syntax is print of values. We can printing any number of values. By default, these values are separated by default, it will be taken as a space character. Next one more attribute, end attribute is there. By default, end attribute value is /n. Next one, file attribute is there. sys dot standard output and flush attribute is false by default. This is the complete print function syntax in Python 3.x. Values separated by space. By default, end value is /n, file equal to standard output, flush equal to false. Okay. Okay, don't worry about this syntax. Later we will discuss in the syntax very clearly. If you are understanding this syntax, we need to require some for loop concept is required and the file handling concept is required. After completion of the file handling, once again I am discussing this print function syntax. Okay, just we are understanding in Python 2.x print is a keyword and Python 3.x print is a function. Now observing very clearly, I am open the Python 3.x version.
Sorry for interrupting, sir. I messaged you one thing in the chat. Can you check that, please, sir?
Yeah, okay. Jitin, we will sending.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now here import keyword. Next one keyword dot KW list. In these keywords, print is available or not available? Not available. In Python 3.x, print is not a keyword. Print is a function. Now, generally we can call the function, compulsory function name and parentheses are required. Without parentheses, we cannot call the function. I will get the error message. Syntax error, missing parenthesis in call to printer. Did you mean print parenthesis? Okay, this is the one advantage in 3.10. In 3.9, observing very clearly. Same example I am explaining. By mistakenly, I am using this one. Okay. Now it is providing syntax error, invalid syntax. But in 3.10, very clearly it is providing error message also. Missing parenthesis in call to print. Okay, at the time of calling the print function, compulsory parentheses are required, but we are missing parenthesis. Now it is providing, did you mean print parenthesis? Okay. This is the one more advantage in Python 3.10 when compared to 3.9. Completed. Same example in Python 3.9. In 3.9, don't providing any error message. Simply it is providing invalid syntax. This is the one new feature in Python 3.10. Completed. Next, one more built-in function, ID function. ID function. To identify the object, to identify the object, to identify the object, or to return the address of the object, to identify the object or to return the address. To return the address. Okay, observing very clearly, for suppose this is my computer RAM. This is my computer RAM. Whenever we are installing Python in our computer RAM, that Python allocating some amount of memory in our RAM. For suppose this is a Python related memory. Okay, we are installing any one application in your computer. That application having some amount of memory in our RAM. This is a Python memory location. Okay, internally memory can be categorized into pixels. This is a one memory cell. This is another memory cell. For suppose now I am taken as a x equal to 10. Observing very clearly, x don't contain 10. X having the address of 10. That means whenever we are taking as x equal to 10, that 10 will be storing into one memory location. For suppose this is a one memory location. In this particular memory location, the 10 will be storing. Okay, observing very clearly. Whenever we are using x equal to 10, the 10 will be storing into one memory location in our RAM. This memory address is passing to x. X contains address of 10. That means x is a one reference to data 10. For suppose I am taken as a y equal to 20. Y equal to 20. The 20 will be storing into one memory location. Here 20 will be storing. The 20 address is passing to y variable. But my requirement is I want to find this address where this 10 will be storing into your RAM. I want to find this address by using id function. For suppose now I am taken as a x equal to 10. The individual representation internally in the memory location, one object will be created. This is object. In Python terminology, everything we are calling as an object. Now in this particular object, the data will be storing. What is the data? 10. That the data address is passing to x. That means this 10 will be storing into one object. This object address is passing to x. Okay. Now I want to find this object address. How to find that address? By using id function. These addresses are changing from one machine to another machine. These addresses are generated dynamically. So I just ఓకే ఇక్కడేమో ర్యామ్ తో కంపేర్ చేస్తూ చెప్పాం, ఇక్కడ జనరల్ గా చెప్పాం ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఎలా క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది, రెండు ఒకటే. Now observing very clearly, for suppose I am taking as x equal to 10. Now I want to find the address of that. Simply we are using id function. This is a one memory location. Y equal to 2.3. id of y. This is a memory address. These addresses are generated automatically. Now these values are dynamically generated. That means every time the address will be changing.
Sir, one question we have.
Now tell me.
Suppose we have hundreds of variables, okay?
Yeah.
So then how memory will manage all these things? Only 6, as per your conversation, it is 6 cells, right?
Okay, 6 shells means this is general example.
Okay. Got it.
This is not a just I am taking as a just one small example out of representing the memory.
Okay, got it, sir.
Python is a garbage collector supported. For suppose once this program is over, automatically this memory is free.
Okay, got it, sir.
Yeah. Completed. Next, one more built-in function, that is a type function. Type function. In Python 2.x, the type function to return the type of the object. In Python 2.x, the type function to return the type of the object. Now observing very clearly, for suppose I am taking as x equal to 10. Now I want to find the type of x. Simply type function we are calling. Now it return the output as a type is a integer. For suppose y equal to 2.3, type of y, automatically to assign the one data type, the data type is float. Okay, 3.x means we can take any one version, 3.1, 3.2 up to 3.10.0 is the latest version. The type function to return the class of the object. In Python 3.x, the type function to return the class of the object. Okay, from Python 3.x versions onwards, Python fully supported object-oriented programming concepts. That's why in Python 3.x, everything we are calling as a objects and class representations. This is another difference between Python 2.x and 3.x. For suppose here I am taking as x equal to 10, type of x. Now it return the class integer. Previously type integer, now class integer. Y equal to 2.3, type of y. Okay, there is no difference, but the representation is different. In Python 3.x, everything we are calling as a class and object representations. Okay, example in batch mode. Okay, observing very clearly. Till now, we will discussing interactive mode. step-by-step execution. Now, batch mode means we can open any one editor. For suppose I am open the Notepad or Notepad++ or anything. Now I'm taking as x equal to 10. In the interactive mode, if you want to print x value or y value, don't require any which one print statement. Okay, compulsory in the batch mode. Compulsory in the batch mode, print statement is required. Without print statement, now print of x. Now x value is printed. Now I am saving this file. File name sample.py. Now how to executing Python file? Go to command prompt. Okay, where we can save the file, go to that location. cd space desktop, cd space 7a. Now Python space, our file name is sample.py. Now 10 is printed. For suppose in the interactive mode, I want to finding the type. How to find the type? Simply we are using type function. Here also I am using type function. Now I'm trying to execute in this file in the command prompt. The type is not printed. In batch mode, if you want to print anything, compulsory print function is required. In interactive mode, internally print function automatically performing. But in batch mode, if you want to print anything, compulsory print function is required. Print of type of x. Now I'm executing in the command prompt. Now type is printed. Next one, I want to print the ID. In the interactive mode, simply we are using ID of y or ID of x. That ID is printed. In the batch mode, I am trying to using same ID of x. Now that ID is not printed. If you want to print the ID, simply we are using one function. That function name is called print function. Print of ID of x. Completed. Next one, subheading Python data types. Python data types. Python data types. Okay, previously we were discussing in the general scenario what is data type, what are the types of data types in the generally, like as a static and dynamic. Now we will discuss in pure Python data types. Okay, first one, Python is a which type of language? Static or dynamic? Dynamic. Python is a dynamically typed language. Dynamically typed language. Next one, in Python, every data type having class, its own class. In Python, every data type having its own class. Python supported data types are, first one is numerical or number data types. In that case, we are discussing integer number data type, floating point number data type, and a complex number data type. Complex number data type. numerical or number data types. Second one, Boolean data type. Boolean data type. Text sequence data type. Text sequence. Text sequence data types. Best example in Python, string data type. String. Example, string. Number sequences. Number sequence data types. Number sequence data types. Number sequence data types. Like as a list, tuple, range, X range in Python 2.x. In Python 2.x. Okay, X range is not supported in 3.x. X range supported only 2.x. Next one, set data types. Set data types. In the set data types, first is a set, second one is a frozen set. Frozen set. Frozen set. Next one, mapping data type. Mapping data type. In Python, dictionary is a mapping data type. In Python, dictionary is a mapping data type. Next one, none data type. Next one, binary sequences. Binary sequences. In that binary sequences, we are discussing bytes, byte array, memory view. Bytes, byte array, memory view. Bytes, byte array, memory view. Completed. Next subheading, numerical or number data types. Numerical or number data types. These data types are used to store the numbers or numerical values In Python, the numeric or number data types are like as a integer number data type, next one floating point number data type, and the complex number data type, integer number data type, floating point number data type, complex number data type. Next, awaiting integer number data type. Integer number data type. In Python, the integer number data type having int class. In Python, the integer number data type having int class. In Python, the integer number data type having int class. Next one. In Python 2.x, the integer number data type having two types. First one is a integer. Second one is a long. Whenever value is greater than 2 power 31, greater than or equal to 2 power 31. Okay, power means in Python we are using double star operator. That means exponent 2 power 31. Completed. Now observing very clearly. For suppose I am taking as a 2 power 30, that is a normal value. 2 power 31, at the end of that value, L will be added. That means that is a long type value. Observing very clearly, x equal to 10, type of x, and y equal to, I am passing one value. Now that is a normal value. Again I am taking as a y value, another value. Now that is a L. Type of y is long type. Okay, this is the 2.x version. In Python 3.x, there is no long data type. Long data type. In Python 3.x, there is no long data type. Only one data type is that is the integer data type. Now observing very clearly. Here I am taking as x equal to 10 type of x and y equal to same number I am taking. For suppose z equal to I am taking another number. You can take any number. Okay. In Python 3.x, there is no long data type. Okay, if any confusion with 2.x and 3.x, don't writing 2.x examples. We can writing 3.x and we can practicing 3.x only. Next one, we can assign any number system as a integer object. We can assign any number system as a integer object. We can assign any number system as a integer object. Okay, now observing very clearly. Basically, the number systems are used to representing the numbers in a computer memory. Basically, the number systems are, what are the number systems? Binary. Okay, binary representation in Python, we are using 0b. 0b stands for binary in Python. Next one, octal. In Python, base value is 8 in mathematics. In Python representation, 0o we are using. 0o. Decimal, base value is 10. But in Python, don't require any special characters. Directly we can take the value. Next one, hexadecimal. Okay, the base value of hexadecimal is 16. But in Python, we can represent the hexadecimal value 0x. 0b stands for binary. 0o stands for octal. Without any special character, that is a decimal. 0x stands for hexadecimal. Okay, later we will discussing number systems concept separately. Just we need to identify the 0b for binary, 0o for octal, without any special character, that is a decimal. 0x stands for hexadecimal. We can take any number, internally that number is converting into these formats. Binary, octal, decimal, hexadecimal. Okay. Now observing very clearly. Now here I am taking as x equal to 0b. That means binary value. The binary number contains only zeros and ones. Like as a comment, I am providing one user-friendly message. This is not a mandatory statement. This is a comment. For easily understanding purpose, I am providing one comment like. Now type of x. Okay, next to y equal to 0 37 I am taking. This is a which number system? Octal number system. Type of Y. Next, Z equal to 39. We are not using any special character, that is a decimal. Type of Z. Next one, P equal to 0x, that is a hexadecimal. Type of P, again integer. What is the statement? We can assign any number system as a integer object. Okay, we can assign any number system as integer. That means we can passing any number system as input. By default, that number system taken as a integer format. Okay. Next one, floating point number data type. Floating point number data type. Floating point number data type. The floating point number data type having float class the floating point number data type having float class. Now observing very clearly the floating point values representation. Now here I am taking as x equal to 2.3. This is a one floating point value representation. Next one, y equal to 2.3 E2 also we are using. This is also another representation of floating point value. Next one, z equal to 2.3 E minus 2. Type of z. Okay, in these three formats, we are using any one format to represent the floating point values. Completed. Now observing very clearly in Python, only observing very clearly 2.3 E2 means what is the meaning of this one? In mathematics, E base value. What is the E base value? 10. E2 means 10 square. E2 or E plus 2 both are same. 2.3 E minus 2 means 2.3 into 10 power minus 2. That is the value. 2.3 into 10 power 2, 2.3 into 10 power minus 2. Okay, for suppose observing very clearly in your computer, we can perform any one calculation. For suppose I am opening the calculator, the result is not fit into our output screen. Automatically that result is converting into 10 power, that means E powers. Okay, the output is fitting into the screen. Now observing very clearly another example. Okay. Now that result is not fit into the output screen. Now automatically it is converting into e powers. E plus 18 or E18 both are same. That means 8.7 into 10 power 18. That is the value of this multiplication. Okay, this is a one representation of floating point values. Next one, we can assign only decimal number system as a floating point object. We can assign only decimal number system as a floating point object. Now observing very clearly, for suppose I am taking as a x equal to one binary number 1010 I am using. In the binary, I am taking as a one decimal point. Then immediately we'll get the error message. Invalid syntax, perhaps you forgot a comma. Next one, y equal to, I am trying to take as a octal 37.3. Again, we will get the error message. Z equal to, I am taking as a one hexadecimal 0x 2c dot, I am taking as a 2. Again, we'll get the error message. Now I am passing one decimal number. Decimal number means don't require any special character. Simply, I am taking as a 39.2. Now it is valid. Okay. We can assign only decimal number system as a floating point object, but previously we can assign any number system as a integer object. But coming to the floating point, only we can assign in decimal.
Sir, can you repeat once again?
Okay, we can assign in the floating point value only decimal number systems. We can assign only decimal number system as a floating point object. We cannot taking any binary value, octal value and hexadecimal value. But previously in the integer, we can assigning any number system as an integer object. This is a octal. In that case also we'll get the error message. This is a hexadecimal. In that case also we are getting the error. Okay, next class we will discussing remaining data types. Okay, anybody any doubt? Please clarify your doubts.